do, how to import accident data, how to visualize data. We use possibility of filter and of analysis of accident data, then exactly the black spot management, and network safety management, and road safety impacts assessment, which is the most, let's say, difficult part at the end. Not difficult in doing it, but difficult in getting some data for that. That's always, how can we get this road safety impact assessment? We'll talk about those positions. Whenever you have a question between, please feel free to ask. You can either write in the chat a question, or you can also unmute, because we are a small group. You can unmute your microphone and ask me directly. That's, I hope that works fine, and be sure that we can hear all you. Then that will be nice again. Yeah, first we are talking about some accidents, statistics, accidents in Germany. I don't know the accidents in the moment in Egypt. Let's see, I have prepared. By the way, you have downloaded all the data we need. I hope so. Therefore, I have given you a link to a PTV box where you can download these elements of this Visum safety course. That's content of this box here. Make it a little bit smaller. In that folder, there's one folder called Data, and inside Data we have some information. Also some PDFs. You get this PDF here of the presentation of our training. This is number 20, Visum safety presentation. Then I have two other PDF, economic costs of road traffic accidents in Germany. This is something we have get developed here by the Federal Highway Agency here. And all the European guide for accidents, and the newest one was road safety in the European Union in April 2018. That's some information. There's also worldwide information, that's clear. And I think you know maybe more than me what are the number of accidents in your country, even in Egypt. But let's have a look.
Sorry, but in the folder that you sent to us, there's only 5 files. The first 4 on your list, and the tapes.
I see. What happens? Why they are not? I see there's no green.
Yeah, exactly.
So how can I force that? So let's again. Sorry for that. I check it. Where is? No, that's wrong. Which one is this one? Nextcloud. Yeah, I see there is some messages. What the hell is? Just see what happens. So, I hope it works now. Let's see. Once again the same. In 202 our headquarters area, the HCV. Let's check this one. Sorry for that. Or maybe what I can do is I will open it in a browser. That's not possible, and then I can't upload it. Okay, so I will do it this way. Yes. Well, you see more than 2.5 million accidents per year. And then we see different injury, serious accident with fatalities, serious accident with injured person, and serious accident with property damage. We can't see the injuries because they are much lower, that's clear. Serious accident with fatalities. The green line is also small line, and is exactly those lines we will talk more about. Serious accident with injured persons, for example, goes down now from there's a little bit decreasing, but we had in 2018, that was the last I got, an average of 837 injuries per day. That's a lot. By the way, if you have a look for fatalities per day accidents in Germany, and you see in 2018 it was 8.5 fatalities per day in Germany. I do not exactly remember the number of fatalities which is shown in official papers of Egypt, but I thought it is a little bit higher than this 8.5 per day. But I do not know it exactly. Maybe some of you knows it more. That can be. But by the way, you see 8.5 fatalities per day. That means everyone who comes to death because of an accident which is related to traffic. It's not all people, they died somewhere. It's only fatalities because of accidents in Germany. That's really a high number, yeah. So see how many people it is per week, how many people are per month, and so on. It is only 50%, less than 50% than in the latest 1998s. But even if we go 20 years back, only a little bit more than 50% less. That's not a big deal. So that's one of the reasons why we are talking about doing some analysis of accidents, because we like to see where we have accidents even in street networks, and maybe also what can we do there to get less accidents there. And therefore we should have an analysis for that case of accidents. Yeah, steps recorder is only some hint for if you like to record something what you are personally doing. So there is a steps recorder which is installed directly together with Windows. That's since Windows 95, so it's since Windows NT. Before Windows 10, maybe it is named not steps recorder, it is named problem step recorder, because you started also with PSR. If you open your Windows icon, so if you click here on the Windows icon and you type in PSR, then you get the steps recorder, or if it is an older Windows you have, then you have the problem step recorder. But that's only a hint. It's not necessary to do it now. Inside the classroom I will do it sometimes, but not here. So, but feel free, if you like to record your steps, what you are doing, then you can do it with a steps recorder, and you can give a name that is recommended to do it before you start. So you click here on that black arrow, and then go to the settings. And then in the settings you can define a name where you save the file, and you can define a number of steps. Before Windows 10 it is a maximum of 100 steps only, and now it's up to 999 maximum what is possible. And then click OK, and then the steps recorder starts. As soon as you click on start record, then your screen is recorded, so each click what you are doing is then recorded. So if you like to do it, feel free to do it, to record your sessions. After one block, maybe please stop the recording, then, or not only stop the recording, stop the recording and save that file, and then produce a new file with a new name, so with second number, for example, number 2, and so on. Then it's easier to have all the recordings on what you have done on your screen. Okay, some introductions to Visum. So that's how it looks like later. We will do that with some accidents. I have used a little bit more newer file for the accident. The picture is here from 2012, but I have some newer data from 2017 and 2018 in that exercise what we are doing. So it's a little bit different to the training material, but only the file is different. The analysis, all the other elements are exactly the same. So what we are doing inside. So we start in Visum first, so please start your Visum now. So let's see, I've started already. So here it is. This is your Visum window, and you see that start page first, and the start page we get some information about Visum, and we can have some also some information first what we are doing inside Visum. Though I think it is first thing is Yeah, we are talking about the windows. What kind of windows do we have? And we have on top we have this menu bar, title bar on the very on top, where you can see which file is still open. At the moment there's nothing open, but you can see the service pack and the release. So this is PTV Visum Expert, for example, 2020. Service pack is 1-11. We are still in the start page. That is what we can see here. And here we have the menu. That's I think that's clear for all of you. Menus from file to help. In help you find everything you like to get as help. Later we'll see that. And we have over here this toolbar with some tools here from new up to whatever is listed there. Here we have the network objects, a Visum from nodes, links, turns, zones, connectors, and so on. On the first column we have layer, so we can switch on and off something, for example nodes, links, turns. You can click on one and then it's disabled or enabled. We have a filter, which is here, the filter icon, yes, and the network object by itself. Visum safety is based on POIs, so what we are doing is mostly based on the POIs, but there is, we will see it when we open our file. Then we have a different window, a dialog, a special dialog window for Visum safety, which appears automatically, and so this is what we need, for the first steps. Okay, if we close our start page, that can be done by click on this X, on this cross and the yellow line here on top right corner, or you can close it here on the bottom in the register. You can also close here, and then we will have our background image at the moment. The background image we can also enable or disable. So enable this, it is at the moment, and we can disable it here. And then we have nothing. Then we have an empty network editor, which includes nothing. That's okay for us. The quick view mode is here. This is a window in Visum safety. We don't need such much, but by theory it's also possible to have it. Maybe to get some information about some objects. So that's related to you as a user later, what you like most in that case. Yeah, quick view window is that one here. Network editor told about. Then the button bar is here. We had got some information, and here we have the smart map. Even in some large windows, it's possible to have a smart map. That you find yourself a little bit more easier in the whole network, so that you can see what is inside the network. Yeah, user preferences. User preferences are still important to see what kind of reaction you have in your Visum network. So if you go to that point, please go to Edit User Preferences. So Edit and then User Preferences, and you find then the user preferences in Visum. The first one is the general of the graphical user interface. That's what we are seeing here. Handling when opening a version file, load from version file the windows. That's what I have checked here. And also the tool window is loaded from the version file. That means the tool window and the windows by itself are loaded from the version file, so everything I have stored in the version file is then automatically loaded. For all other cases, reset windows, so we get a reset of that windows. That's important. For lists, here I choose another font size. So if I click on lists and you see the font for lists, then if you click on that, you can increase the number of the font size, for example, here to 14. I don't get an example. Okay, now. Though this is a font size I see here, and I say, okay, this is a font size I can read, then it's okay. If it is too small, and the regular case is 8 points only, though you can rise that up. Oh, I see. I have the German expressions. I think that's because I have my German operating system chosen. I switched the language of the software, but this window comes up from operating system, though it's in German. Beg your pardon. I think it is clear font type and the I don't know what is Schriftgrad in English, font size or.
Yes, size.
Font size. Okay. Yeah, and they can change that. I prefer always that I get a number which is easy to read. Also later, when we open some lists, then it's nicer that it is easier that we can read that. So feel free to change that, and that way you like it. Column headers and row labels, I use always the short name because it's whenever I need some more information, I use my mouse and I get a mouse over, get more information like a tooltip. The standard synchronization mode and list is highlight the objects. That's also interesting that we have this one. Yeah, extended input options. The 1000 separator, if you like to use the 1000 separator in lists, then you can switch it on or off here. What kind of 1000 separator is something we define later in the formats. Network editor, there's nothing really important what we have to change, so everything is fine. What we use also here, this editing of network object that's show dialogues when inserting object that's not tagged, so that's okay for us now in Visum safety. That's fine that it is not enabled, so it's disabled. What else is important? Attribute selection is clear. So we hide the analysis horizon for something that's also clear. Warnings, here we get some warnings, save warnings and details to a message file. That's also okay. In dialog fields, so I have disabled show HBEVA warnings. That's the manual of the emission factors which is also available. But if you don't use it, then please disable it. Display warnings when saving. That's also nice that we get some messages here. Whatever it is, yeah. So then I think it's for formats. Here we can choose a 1000 separator. That depends now on your personal computer. So if you have your own operating system and your own language on your operating system, you should know what is a 1000 separator and what is a decimal point, the decimal separator. Is it the decimal separator comma or is it a dot? That depends on your machine, and you can choose now also here that you get the correct one. Yeah. So whenever we write a comma, it's a decimal separator if I write it, but if it please choose now dot. Even if you have the 1000 separator as a comma or as a blank, you can do that. I get some hints, I think, in help tool, choose license and click English language. You see, my Visum is already in English. That's not the problem. My operating system is in German. That's a problem. I have not switched my operating system though. Sometimes I get some windows from the operating system and that appears in German though. That's the reason why maybe in the next break I can, in the next break I can shortly change the language, then it's also in English. But therefore I have to switch off completely my not switch off, but I have to log off and log in again in my computer. So no problem. Okay, I think you see it's only for Windows from the operating system. Okay, that's clear. That's only some information which are important as long as we still work on that. And this user preferences, you can also store your user preferences and reopen it somewhere. But as long as you don't change them, they are already saved. Well, that's nice. Okay, so we start now with our first file we have, and we open that file, and therefore I hope you have downloaded this this file, this folder, and what we can do now directly, well, you can, because I have all data in one folder, then it's very simple that you choose your folder, and and then data, and then inside please open this file which is called 0108 Halle 2020 accidents 2017 to 2018 start, not end, sorry, start. Yeah, and then you can drag and drop this file, or if you have clicked on open, then you get it open, and this file is now opened. It takes a second to read it. Yes, here we are.